Let's play a game, shall we? Let's play a game. I've got two stories right here to just show, or to rather run a little bit of an experiment. I want to know if teacher 1 or teacher 2, who is the worst educator that is currently in the public school system? Well, not so much in the public school system anymore. Who has committed the worst sin that is out there? We're starting off strong, okay? New York City teacher accused of sexual relationship with a dummy, a mentally ill student. Bruh. What is going on out here? And I know that we're still going to have those trad cons that are out there. Duh, I wonder where the teachers were. Oh, I wonder where the teachers like that were when I was going to class. Yo, man, come on now. She's grinding up on some, piano movers. Is this really a W for that dude? Teacher is under investigation in the Bronx and Staten Island. Oh my God. So she would have had that awful Staten Island accent. Oh my God. She said she had a long sexual relationship with a mentally ill child. 16 years old. Still a child, you creep. At a school for children with special needs. Yo, she heard all of those old jokes that, yeah, just because your vocabulary's small doesn't mean everything else is. A former NYC biology teacher who is married with 3 children. Hypergamy doesn't care, man. Okay. Had sex with a teen in her car at least a dozen times. Yo. Wouldn't you think people would have a little bit more accurate of a record? Because, those people are awfully loud. And sent him nude and erotic poses among scores of inappropriate text. Yo, that would look hilarious coming up on those jitterbug phones. According to allegations by the boy's mom and documents obtained by the Post. Police and district attorneys, investigators compiled reams, come on now, of texts sent at all hours between the teacher and the teen. I wonder which ones were spelt better. Who attended the Biondi School in Yonkers, and the city's Department of Education expense. It is run by a nonprofit, Rising Ground, which terminated the teacher this month. Hey, so she is fired. Okay, so these were both of these, because the other one, she's also been fired as well for pretty good reason. Actually, for excellent reason. I actually don't know who's worse, though. That's why I leave it up for you to decide. I know for me, this isn't going to be easy. I will miss you. Kisses, hugs, and everything. Carazas-Pinez, allegedly wrote this year with a discussion of whether she and the boy should end it. Buy him a parting gift of brightly colored flowers to chew on and a Rubik's Cube to solve, according to texts under review by law enforcement agencies. Why do they always look like that? Anyways. In January, she allegedly angrily responded to messages from the teen pleading for a response, telling him throughout the whole vacation, you have shut me out. To be fair, he forgot who you were. And the only time you would hit me up was when you wanted to tell me that you were crushing on other teachers. Oh, so this guy was Yo, he's smart enough to run, negs on this 304 teacher? Shout out. Good game. I am not a piece of ass with no feelings. Your activities tell a very different story. Reached by phone on Friday. Carazas-Pinez. Well, that just goes to show you that she doesn't respect her husband. If the other, texts have made that entirely clear. She's got a hyphenated last name. Like, that just immediately screams, that guy's just there. He makes enough money and I can just go around and fuck retarded 16-year-olds. What the hell is going on? I didn't even know there were these allegations, she said. Oh, okay, cool. Why'd you think you get fired? Shut up. I guess, your prey isn't the only thing that's a little bit dim. He would tell me he loved me and I would just reciprocate. I think the texts and the pictures would beg to differ. But, okay, I understand. I've been out of the game and cell phones weren't really around like that when I was in school. I couldn't imagine at all whatsoever texting with any of my teachers. Why the fuck is this commonplace? Well, I guess, once again, if I need to bring up those old stats where it's 80% of teachers through, the 9th grade are female, and then in high school it's 60%. Yeah, yeah, it all checks out. She got into her car once because he asked me for a ride and it was snowing that day and we were in there until spring. It was wonderful and fantastic. Yeah, she sent in her pictures like this and it's just, yeah, we said that we loved each other. Shut up. On an earlier call, Carazas-Pinez's husband angrily confronted her and asking a reporter about the allegations. Yo, could you imagine getting cucked by somebody who could try out for the Special Olympics? Fucking Christ, yo. This he's done. Like, it just fucking, call it a day, bro. You told me you quit, Sandy. Yo, you're done, Sandy. If that's true, you're fucking done. Pack your stuff and leave. So, this is a consistent thing? When she was asking for a bull, her husband took that literally and found something as smart as one. Her husband called the Post reporter Saturday to say he kicked her out. Yay! Shout out to this guy. I guess he reached a breaking point and says she was staying with her parents on Staten Island. She doesn't have a big comfy couch or a place with rounded corners to go stay at. Anyways. But yo, there's wedding pictures right there. And at least, they shielded that guy's face. But you can take, okay, there are two faces that you can see in the background and neither of them look impressed. It's like, yeah, okay, we know that this is a facade. Oh my God. Fucking Christ. I didn't even see this beforehand, but you take a look at one of the responses, or at least one of the quotes from this stupid fucking officers, and that's the reason why this shit just continues to get mocked whenever it's reported. She quoted one officer as crassly joking, "Where were those teachers when I was in school?" Fucking hate that, man. Oh my God. It's like, yo, I've told this story multiple different times. There is not a single teacher. There was one that was like a 4, maybe a 5. And she was like the home ec teacher in middle school who was at least reasonably attractive. The rest of them were just finished old women. Like it was fine or anything like that. Okay. But when I was 16, I was attracted to 16-year-olds. When I was 17, I was attracted to 17-year-olds. When I was 18, I was attracted to 18-year-olds. When I was 19, 20, 21, 22, 33, I was attracted to 18. Like, come on. It's congruent shit. I'm not advocating for any of this fucking nonsense. I would, in fact, take a look at that second to last paragraph right there, and hey, I would echo those sentiments as well. It's of a child with mental illness. As a society, we have to prioritize the safety of children who are mentally ill and boys who are really assaulted. Yeah, because that's exactly what this is, man. And those fucking simps that are out there that just go ahead and cheer that on. Oh yeah, you got lucky, bro. High fives all around. It's abuse. It's abuse of somebody who can't even consent on 2 different levels. And while that teacher's bad, that's pretty bad. But this one might be worse. North Carolina English teacher resigns. And she had to resign. She wasn't fired for this. After covering the mouth of an 11-year-old boy with heavy-duty tape to stop him from talking in class. Brady sent a selfie to his mom on February 14th, which showed him with the mouth taped shut. There it is, words. With multiple layers of painter's tape. He told his mother in her text message, "I don't know what to do." Yeah, we got a picture of that, and there it is. Yeah, I don't know what to do. What is that? Who did that? Who did that? Oh, who did that? Is that tape? I'm on my way. An 11-year-old North Carolina student allegedly had his mouth taped shut. He should have taken all of that tape and put it on the cooter of the other teachers up in New York. Shut his mouth. English teacher after talking too much in class. Catherine Webster received a text from her son Brady in February saying, "I don't know what to do," with an image of himself with layers of blue painter's tape stuck to his mouth during class at Smithfield Middle School, Johnston County. Horrified by the image of her son, as described to be a chatterbox who has a tendency to clown around, Catherine posted the shocking image to Facebook to bring to light her son's story and the interaction with Dawn Felix, who she refers to as Mrs. Felix in the post. Daily Mail can exclusively picture a Dawn Felix who joined the Johnston County School in August of last year, with her identity was confirmed by Catherine. We'll take a look at this. Felix is said to be an international teacher. Well, now she's universally unemployed, although it's unclear where she hails from. She has since resigned from her job and allegedly stripped of her visa. Oh, interesting. Meaning she would no longer be able to work in the United States. Oh, that's sad after you assault a child. But why didn't this story get more coverage? Oh, gee, I wonder why. I would have no idea this would happen. Like, yo, I hear stories about this from way back in the cut, way old days, like my parents' time. They had the strap. You know, if shit was going wild or anything like that, kids would get hit with the strap. It's fine. You'd learn from your mistakes. Corporal punishment. Back in my day, we'd have in-school, out-of-school suspensions. Like, there's ways to manage that. Tape, though? Across the face? That strays from, yes, corporal punishment to cruel and unusual punishment. And I don't think that that's acceptable from wherever you come from, but definitely not. But why did she get away with it? Because I'd imagine it probably just didn't go from 0 to suffocation. There was probably incremental steps that happened there. Catherine said she hoped her post would serve as an example to any other teachers or caregivers that might be walking a fine line. She said that she'd never met, seen, or received an email from Felix, who allegedly used this bizarre punishment on at least 3 students. Fucking what? But apparently, I should have several other, so I could work with her to correct my son Brady's behavior in her class. His grades were good. Interesting. Can we back up that as well? Okay. So I have no reason to believe anything was amiss there because she never once reached out to me. Mother of 3 said that the teachers claimed Brady got along with others and enjoys entertaining his classmates. A tendency to clown around and be disruptive and talks too much, she said. Okay. Well, if he's doing that in other classes, that means that behavior is known to you. So I'm not abdicating you of any responsibility when it comes to this. Okay. I'm a responsible person. Stop the cap. And a fairly strict parent with no tolerance for disrespect. There's a lot of weasel words in this. I'm a reasonable person and fairly strict, meaning I do what I want and I enforce my rules whenever it's convenient for me. Listen, I've had a hard day's work, okay? I'm sure you let your husband or the child's father, discipline. Oh, wait, you probably divorce graped him and, just keep his custody arrangement to every other weekend and half of the holidays. Is that what we're dealing with here? All right. But she's a fairly strict parent, of course. Single moms are superheroes after all. That's what I've been told. And an understanding that teachers do not have the time for repetitive disruptions. So you understand all this stuff and then you still fail to correct any of the behavior. Okay. After receiving the text message, why does your kid... I understand, yes, that he also got free of his position because of this cell phone, but why does your 11-year-old have a cell phone? That's another failure here. I'm starting to side with the first teacher for being worse. I might be on this racist side because we haven't got to the root cause of why she resorted to tape on Brady and 3 other students. But talking about other teachers and the way that they've handled her son in the event that she didn't feel like being a parent, those teachers would have had to redirect or correct his behavior, and they have always emailed or called me to make me aware. They give him a silent lunch or move him away from his buddies in some cases, more serious but acceptable forms of punishment. Oh, that's so good. I'm sort of strict. They have never laid a hand on Brady. Well, you should consider that. Just saying. But when speaking of her son's English teacher, she said that rather than addressing her concerns with the parent, Felix had taken matters into her own hands. She had been doing this for a couple of months to numerous children, and according to my child, a detective with a Johnston County Sheriff's Department and other classmates, she also sometimes taped their wrists together. Yo, what the fuck? Was she gonna throw him in the trunk of her car and go for a fucking ride and then just, haul him out and then make him dig his own grave and reenact a fucking Goodfellas scene? Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, I'm seeing a startling lack of father. Oh. Yo, this Karen's insufferable. I don't even like her to begin with. Like, bro, you're using your kid as a prop and making him wear a mask where you aren't doing anything. Yeah, I'm sort of a strict mother. I'm kind of on this teacher's side here at the moment. Okay, this is an ongoing thing in her classroom and always without call to parents about their children's behavior, at least mine, the other, and one other parent I know, and potentially a third. So nobody else knew about it except for the 3 people who knew about it. What? Okay. Catherine claimed in a Facebook post that her son's teacher had told detectives investigating the incident that it was funny and that the children laughed when it happened. Well, not the kid that was, getting smothered with tape or anything like that. Oh, she stressed that sometimes her son laughs when he's uncomfortable. Yo, this bitch has every excuse in the book. Should have taped her up instead. After seeing the image, Catherine said she immediately called the school. No, you said, and again, now you're lying to your kids, so you're just a horrible mother, okay? L mother. She's on her way, but you just called. Okay, cool. I'm a good mom. I'm a strict mom. The teachers whose contract was damaged from this incident will be returning to her country. Oh my God, you sent her back to Africa, you bunch of racists, since she can no longer teach here. I don't know what kind of disciplinary actions it takes to disqualify them from remaining in these contracts, but I do regret that she will not be made an example of. Yo, it's that old meme that the most racist among us are those white Karens. Yo. Catherine claims that this 6th grade English language arts teacher who is recruited from a pool of international teacher candidates to fill gaps will soon be leaving the country. She added that she still had questions about the Department of Public Instruction's would have done if the teacher was not allegedly stripped of her teaching visa. Yo, she's doing more investigation than she's actually doing parenting. I would still like to know what exactly. I still want to talk to the manager that the Department of Public Instruction would do in a slightly different situation. That remains unanswered for me. I can see why you're a single mother. I think we know all is far too easy for teachers to mistreat, even abuse students in the classroom. Is it really, though? Be dismissed from their districts, or in this case, resign once placed on leave and reported, only to have their job teaching in the next county or state. Yeah, no, that's legitimately a problem. So at what point are behaviors like this investigated and punished elsewhere? Blah, blah, blah. The disappointed mother of 3. Yo. Sorry to hear about that, kids. Said that her view of teachers had not been tarnished. Yeah, she probably thinks that public school teachers are, superheroes, on the same level as the single mothers and the backbone of society, blah, blah, blah. I love and fervently support our teachers. Ugh, fucking commie. I try to partner with my children's teachers, meaning I've given it lip service. Though it's more difficult the older they get because teachers have more students and less time to spend on each family. You should consider spending time on your family. This post is not a blow to teachers in oh my God, just fucking politically correct shit. I heard another report that teacher was putting tapes over the mouth of white students because they were talking over black students in the class. But this is also South Carolina or Johnson County. Yeah, whatever, man. But if this kid's acting a fool and not shutting up, yeah, it's still pretty bad and stuff. But in my personal opinion, the teacher pimping the gimps, yeah, she's probably worse. But this is not great either. But hey, man, I don't have a very high opinion when it comes to teachers to begin with. So adios. Head back to, wherever the fuck you came from, where you can, I don't know, choke kids out with beads or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.